Yeah, no, no, I appreciate you guys. No, real talk. I appreciate you guys. You guys are legendary in this chat. I appreciate all your prayers. I want to thank you first. And again, like I'm gonna take this time to really just be grateful for all of the prayers, all the well wishes. You know, in my 20s and even when I first started becoming more well known, sometimes I would feel like, do I deserve the love? Do I deserve the support? I know now I deserve it. And I'm grateful for you guys because literally some of you guys have been growing with me since I was either, early in my life or, you guys saw me pick up a basketball on TV and uh, as you guys appreciated my artwork and how much time I put into this game. And then also, I know some of you guys are just here because you're, life supporters of me too, or we've connected on Instagram or Twitter, or we've responded back to each other here and there. I do my best to be as human as possible being in this vessel. For real, like, I do my best. I try to do my best, like, and just normalize my life because it's so uh, life is so quick. Life is just so quick. Like time is so quick, and it feels like just yesterday, right? I was getting drafted and things of that nature, but now today at 33, it feels like, man, I've been around a lot, right? I've seen a lot, I've done a lot, and I continue to ask myself, what's next, right? And I have those answers. I write down my goals, but when I'm dealing with a time like what I'm dealing with right now, it does feel awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like being injured does suck. And I wish that you can hear from more of us about these these things that happen to us because it's easy to engage and connect once you know what's going on with another human being, right? I'm always gonna make sure that I put it in front of you, like the gratitude of being alive. It always comes first, right? I'm always gonna put God first. I'm always gonna put my ancestors and their visions and dreams, at times before my own. I'm living on this earth because I'm a testament to their hard work. I'm a testament to all the things that they put forth for me to be alive, right? Without my ancestors doing what they did, you know what? Before I move on to my next subject too, like I gotta really give a shout out to my ancestors, right? And like the last 100 years, don't get me started on it, but the last 100 years for people that have been chocolate brown and a little dark in pigment and melanin have been crazy. Have been crazy, right? I am not undervaluing anyone else's family lineage and things they've dealt with, but bro, it's been crazy. Like my ancestors, they legit wiggled out of slavery. Like what the fuck? Like they fought tons of oppressive systems to be free. And people will quantify being free, but we all know what freedom is, and it's not we, right? It's still being defined here in this world, and the fact that I have to live in a certain space within society at times, and I'm like separated where it's like, well, this doesn't affect him because he has this, and it's like, no, everything affects me because I'm on that universal timing. I'm on that. We're on that. People at home that are watching, some of the people that are going to be clipping this up, they're on that timing. They are really on that revolutionary timing, on that universal timing. So I want to give a shout out to my ancestors and all the people that honor not only the people that came before them, but the people that laid down the steps for them to be who they are today. Right? Like shout out to our elders, bro. Like shout out to my parents, shout out to, grandparents that I never knew. Because this world is crazy at times. Like I couldn't imagine being alive without my phone at this point because my phone literally updates me on everything that's happening. And now some of it may be true and some of it may be propaganda. You got to be able to decipher. But that's why the internet has been the greatest boom to me. You know what I mean? I grew up where it was AIM dial up and shit. And it was like we were instant messaging and, on AOL.com, all you heard was, you heard the dial up and shit. Like, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that grew up on dial up, yo. Real shit. If you grew up on dial up, we are in that unk status. Like, if you never had to wait for the internet to to let you in, like you don't know. This will skip you. This will skip you. I'm sorry. But really, like, there's so much happening that I couldn't imagine my phone not being next to me. you know, like that. I couldn't imagine it, like, because I wouldn't be part of. I wouldn't feel as part of society if I didn't have that connection, right? That community, that unity, that collective spirit, right? Because human beings don't like most people and human beings don't like evil. That I'm trying to think of another way to be like honest with it, right? But a lot of people don't like evil, bro. And some people don't understand that shit. It's like evil has kids and shit. Like they have generations too. Like you got God's people and stuff, but then you got like tons. You got like tons. Is my white hair in my shit? Hold on, y'all. I got out the shower fragrance. But let me get back to my point before I come out my hair, yo. Look, I couldn't imagine basically what I'm saying, right? Basically what I'm saying, I couldn't imagine being disconnected from the world. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine it. Like being able to see war crimes on camera, being able to see oppression or oppressive systems on camera was like, it was eye-opening for me. And the last few years have been crazy. And if you know anything about my story, you know a lot about what I was put through. Now, whether it be fair or whether it be unfair, that's for anybody else to describe in their own lives. But for me, it gave me an experience to see these systems up close, right? And I always talk in these superficial, statements because I want to save this detailed conversations for those that are actually listening in tune. But I will give you just a baseline level of it. Like the internet has allowed all of us to be connected on social platforms, and you can't avoid what you're seeing. If you are avoiding what you're seeing, what's the point of being like human out here? We're connected. Now, that doesn't mean stay on your phone all day. That doesn't mean scroll all the time. That just means knowing what's happening around you is just as important as growing within yourself. It's just as important. I can't be out here and just pretend like nothing's happening around us, right? We get on social media. A lot of us get on social media. We'll do things that feel right to us. We'll advocate, but it's really about the community. And I feel like a lot of times we just watch each other on Instagram. We just watch each other on Twitter, when it was really meant for engagement. It was really meant for change. That is our power place. For me to be able to have a space to get on Twitter or get on Twitch, right, and go live and just let you guys know firsthand like what's happening. This wasn't always available in the 90s or the early 2000s or the 80s, you know what I'm saying, or the 70s, where people really needed to get in front of the camera and speak for themselves. That doesn't mean you have to speak eloquently or you have to speak like this all-knowing intellectual. It just means you have to be able to advocate for yourself. And that's one of the things I'm advocating for in June is, for Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And don't think I'm just trying to run ads or anything like that, but I just really think us as men out here in the world, we have a lot of work to do, and we can't do it alone. And no matter what skin tone you are or what religion you are, as a man, your job, right, your responsibility innately is to make sure you're a protector, you're a provider, and that you're doing the necessary things to make sure your family is surviving, right? And all judgment aside, I outgrew a lot of my old habits. I still have some habits that I'm trying to get rid of and shake right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm human. But as a man, I feel like it's necessary for me to at least attempt to get better, attempt to heal.